Time News. Thank you so much for joining us. Now over into the news. Authorities in Mubende have announced another death caused by Ebola, while others are in critical condition at the isolation center. The RDC Mubende Rosemary Byabashaija says that out of the patients that were brought in the isolation center on Tuesday, one has died, raising the numbers of deaths now to 8 people.
According to the RDC Mubende, Rosemary Byabashaija, the 10 patients were from Madudu sub-county, and at the moment, all the 9 who remained in the isolation center are in critical condition. She also says that they received another patient from Chakatu refugee settlement camp with mild signs of Ebola, who are also in the isolation center at Mubende Regional Referral Hospital.
We selected an isolation. We have identified an isolation unit whereby our patients are being managed from. But also we have another separate unit where we have people with mild signs. For example, yesterday, having got 10 people from Madudu, we also received 5 other people from Chegegwa, but with some feverish signs, and we are still being screened. They are not seriously sick, they are being screened, and we are yet to ascertain if they are victims.
Byabashaija, however, assured the public that they have resolved to set up a camp in Madudu comprised of specialists and surveillance team to ensure that they track contacts of Ebola. She also announced a temporary closure of social gatherings such as bars and functions in the sub-county to prevent the spread of the disease.
Where we have bars, dancing halls, cinema halls, all these places, we intend to make an operational plan which we are going to implement to ensure that we first halt the exercises that are going on. Places like markets, places like cinemas, even these people who are going for weddings and functions, we are going to make an operational plan to see how best to control these gatherings, because congestion is one of the biggest problems when it comes to Ebola.
UBC visited Bulega village in Madudu where Ebola started. Here residents are living normally. According to the area chairperson, Bulega Bukazamagulu Merrick, they are in great scare of the outbreak.
In my area, it's not very good. It is because the people are dying day and night. The situation is not good. The doctors have fighted very, very much to us. Now it is available that is Ebola.
Sub-county chairperson Edward Habiyaremye calls upon the government to intervene. He says that at first locals could interpret Ebola as witchcraft.
Are in fear. Others are hiding themselves because of this sickness that has been discovered called Ebola. As we are being told that it has no cure, people are fearing to come out and report this disease immediately. Who had died. But I called the in-charge Madudu sub-county Katokam, who called the surveillance team of the district that intervened on Monday. It sent 2 double cabins of doctors who came to see what the situation in the area. These are the people who have discovered that it's Ebola, not witchcraft, that has been talking about, which the people have been complaining of in the area.
Efugu Samuel, the inspector Madudu sub-county, says that families are hiding patients, which resulted into a rise in death rates. He advises locals to work with the health workers by reporting Ebola cases.
Been hiding the patients, hoping that it is a witch-related disease, which was very bad, and I encourage them to bring them to the facility so that we can screen them and refer where necessary. And we take the necessary precautions to see that their lives are recovered. How in the collecting of samples, we faced the challenges because they never brought those people who were showing those kind of symptoms and signs, and that one affected our way of collecting the samples from the community.
Now, Uganda AIDS Commission has embarked on a fresh national HIV/AIDS regional rollout plan, this time targeting faith-based organizations through their umbrella body, the Interreligious Council of Uganda. The first batch of the rollout today has targeted 4 regions concurrently. That is Hoima for Bunyoro region, and then Jinja for Busoga region, Masaka for Buganda region 2, that is region 2, and then Namamve for Buganda region 1. Let's hear more in this report.
With the coming of the COVID-19 pandemic early 2019, most of the health care attention was shifted from the traditional diseases of malaria, HIV/AIDS, among others. In order to reawaken and scale up the HIV fight in Uganda, the Uganda AIDS Commission has embarked on a national regional rollout plan targeting faith-based organizations through the umbrella body, the Interreligious Council of Uganda. The 4 regions include Hoima for Bunyoro region, Jinja for Busoga region, Masaka for Buganda 2 region, and Namamve Mukono for Buganda 1 region. During the Buganda 1 regional rollout meeting at Source of the Nile Hotel Namamve Mukono, the head of HIV prevention with the Uganda AIDS Commission, Dr. Daniel Byamukama, underscored the role played by religious leaders in the HIV fight, basing on their community social status.
So we would want them to use their leadership. They are privileged. They have a big following to mobilize all Ugandans that they lead to participate.
Mityana Diocese Anglican Bishop Dr. James Bukomeko said that the effort is timeless since the burden is still real.
When you look at the statistics, AIDS is going up. Many people are getting it, and even those who are on medicine have stopped, and we may not achieve what we want to achieve if we don't work together.
The woman representative to the Interreligious Council of Uganda, Florence Nasanga, and Reverend Moses Henry Isabirye from St. Stephen Kisugu Church of Uganda commented on the new rollout.
As women, we are high, of course, the prevalence rate is high, and what we are going to do is to engage more on the ABC strategies, and we are going to talk to our men and our children and see how best we can curb this situation.
And of course, in the slum, there are several dynamics, challenges, sexual abuse, drugs, and what have you. So we are seeking to take care of the holistic person.
In Uganda, Kalangala district is recorded to have the highest HIV prevalence rate at 18%, with Nabilatuku coming last with 0.2% prevalence rate. Sexual workers account for 31.1% of the HIV prevalence in the country. Edward Colin Juko for UBC, Mukono District.
Now, in curbing climate change, universities in Uganda have proposed a single curriculum in environmental and agricultural disciplines geared towards the fight against climate change. During the stakeholders meeting, different universities representatives cited that this will address knowledge silos and contribute to the interdependence in institutions of higher learning.
Universities in Uganda are moving towards integrating environmental and agricultural disciplines in their respective universities to read on the same scripts as a mitigating factor to counter the effects of climate change that the country is currently going through.
So I think this session is calling on all of us, universities, to work together with ABI and ensure that our training in our agribusiness faculties and natural resources faculties is intended to make students aware of climate change, but also what are the mitigating factors.
During the stakeholders meeting held in Kampala, different representatives from higher institutions of learning pointed out the importance of shared education curriculum for environmental and agricultural disciplines and its impact on the fight against climate change.
We will have opportunities, we hope, for creating training programs or improving our training programs. We hope that we will have opportunities to improve our collaboration, because as of now, research in climate change is more happening in silo mode, every university to itself and God for us all. So we hope that this forum is going to bring us together to collectively try to address these challenges.
The event also aims at a 7.5 billion funds donated by Agriculture Business Initiative geared towards funding climate change research disciplines in the world of academia.
The Agriculture Business Initiative, that's made up of two arms, ABI Finance Limited and ABI Development, is running a Green Challenge Fund. It's 7.5 billion shillings worth with the capacity and scope to even grow bigger, with a focus on addressing the effects of climate change in Uganda, particularly from an adaptation point of view, mitigation point of view, and biodiversity conservation.
Supporting postgraduate students, that means supporting their research, which is one of the bigger challenges. We're looking at a possibility to support their internships. We're looking at possibilities of jobs as we try to address the capacity gaps, knowledge gaps and capacity gaps.
The integration of the curricula will also solve the existing gaps and knowledge silos among universities, which will help in capacity building.
But the problem is that there are silos, knowledge silos. Is that you find Makerere is doing their own thing, you find maybe Bustema is doing their own thing, and these knowledge silos has sort of made the exchange very difficult.
Sada Mubale, UBC News.
Now, the government of Uganda has been called on to support Makerere University towards the construction of a training and research hospital aimed at strengthening research. Barnabas Nawangwe, the Vice-Chancellor of Makerere University, disclosed this while at the 16th Joint Annual Scientific Health Conference at Speak Resort Munyonyo, which was organized by Makerere School of Medicine.
Celebrating Makerere at 100 years, Nawangwe says the School of Medicine has made huge strides in improving research as he hails them for organizing this joint annual symposium aimed at strengthening health systems and research at the university.
But the amount of work being done there, ITI, in my opinion, is the top institution as far as research on AIDS is concerned in the whole world. They receive funding from the whole world, which is almost more than what we receive as a university in research. And they manage 30% of all the people in Uganda who require antiretrovirals. Now that's the university unit. But it is also almost managing the whole of the HIV problems in the country. There's also Walter Reed, the Makerere John Hopkins, the Makerere Lung Institute, which is, I think, the youngest, the Makerere Joint Program on AIDS, and others. What is remaining for us and what we are struggling with is to get our own teaching and research hospital.
The Dean of Makerere School of Medicine, Nachimuli Annette, says this annual joint scientific health conference is to bring scientists together and to share ideas on how they can strengthen and improve research.
Opened up, so there are people also from other universities in Uganda. You will see people presenting, showing their posters. We have people from Mbarara, we have from Busitema, Gulu, Kabale, name it, all the other partner universities in the country. We also have people who are coming from other universities or other research bodies in Africa. You will see people from Kenya, from Nigeria. Of course, you have seen the people from Europe and America all coming in to be part of.
David Mayer, an associate professor, hails the government for the support rendered towards strengthening research at the School of Medicine. He also advocated for a deep sensitization to the public about the outbreak of Ebola.
Has to be information shared, by the public. So people washing their hands, people knowing what the symptoms and signs are.
Justin Nakami, Robert Katamba for UBC News.
Now, as we end our first segment, let's get into the e-learning at Makerere University, where the MasterCard Scholars Program has launched an e-learning initiative at the university worth over $2 million US. And of course, this will help, among others things, support the construction of the 5 smart classrooms. The Vice Chancellor, Makerere University, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, says that the initiative will help the university to reduce congestion in the lecture rooms. The initiative was launched today at an event officiated by Professor Rose Okwakol, the chairperson of the National Council for Higher Learning.
And we said, what did we do? Even before the Minister of Education requested the National Council for Higher Education to vet universities online, we had already told the ministry we want to go online. Because there had been an incident, I think, in the UCU, where students were protesting that they were being taught online. And we said, really? So for us, when we said we want to go online, our staff in chorus said, yes. The pandemic, taught, examined even online. I don't think there's another university in Africa which has examined online.
Online or blended learning is at the heart of the council, not only because of the challenges presented by the COVID-19 pandemic, but also the world is now a digital world. Today, one can sit in the comfort of their home, study and graduate with a degree from a university in the UK or India, or indeed anywhere in the world. I would like to wish the implementing team led by Professor Paul Muinda Viregu a successful implementation process. Because implementing programs or projects can be quite challenging, but I believe the team will be able to do that.
So at the end of the day, our output is that once this content has been put together, we shall still present it for full accreditation as e-learning content. Okay, we have already the accredited programs, but we shall have the full accreditation of e-learning content.
Well, it's time for us to head into a short break, but do not go away. We will return with more news. Stay with us.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
I remember the lockdown, when the streets were empty and our lives disrupted, when businesses closed and our livelihoods hung in the balance. Hospitals were full. We lost loved ones, jobs, and hope. Our children couldn't study anymore. We cannot let this happen again. We should not go back. Get fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and join the millions of Ugandans who are already vaccinated.
Ooh, they look nice.
Thank you, honey.
Yo!
You guys gather, it's going down. Gather! Gather!
Yo! I tell you what.
Airtel is giving you bigger data bundles for the same price. Dial *175# to choose from our range of bigger Chillax bundles that don't expire. Bigger monthly bundles, all for the same price, and stay connected longer to loved ones. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Forget last season. Forget the oohs and the ahs. Forget every moment that stole the show. Because the real show is here on GoTV. It's the new season. It's action-packed and it's going to be non-stop football. With over 1,000 games from more than 7 leagues and cup competitions plus a World Cup. Make sure you get the best seat in the house this new football season. Get a GoCoder with 1 month of GoTV value for only 25,000 Uganda shillings and enjoy non-stop football. GoTV Uganda. Love it.
Quatissimo! Get the 4G smartphone of your dreams today and pay as you use. Choose from the Tecno Pop 5 Pro, Tecno Pova Neo, Samsung A03 Core or Nokia C10 and pay conveniently in daily, weekly and monthly installments for a period of a year using Airtel Money. You will also enjoy free 3GB and 100% bonus data on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months. Visit any D-Lite shop or select Airtel Money branches countrywide and get one today. Terms and conditions apply. Airtel, the smartphone net.
Nivana wafe twenywele, nivana wafe twenywele, nivana wafe tunyola. Eish, 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 eish. Nivana wafe tunyola. For my goals, kumala kenyonta.
Nirvana packaged drinking water is a product of Crown Beverages Limited, makers of Pepsi products. That's life. That's Nirvana.
Stay connected on the largest 4G network in Uganda using the Airtel 4G Pocket MiFi at only 75,000 Uganda shillings. It comes with 15 GBs free, valid for a month. You can connect up to 10 of your friends and family at a go. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to get one today or call 0800 333 330 for free delivery within Kampala. Dial *175 *9# to activate free 15 GBs. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's back! After 2 years away, the Uganda International Trade Fair is back! The Uganda Manufacturers Association excitedly invites you to the 28th Uganda International Trade Fair from October 3rd to October 10th. Visit more than 1,000 manufacturers, traders, distributors, and business people from all sectors at the Uma Showgrounds in Lugogo. We are back to innovation, products, and world-class manufacturing excellence. Entrance fee is 10,000 shillings only. Select manufacturers will offer discounted prices of up to 50%. Enjoy live performances from your favorite artists as we celebrate 60 years of Uganda's independence. To book space, call 0703 552 444.
Hotel Musaba Gardens Mukono, October Mukaga Millennium Gardens Saziwaya, October Munanaji Motel Embara, Kuminatan October, 40 Poto Muchisawe, Abidim Bi October, Bale Sports Center, Umtuano Kumo, Yebem Tuale Santo, Emeza Million Yemo, Wablaba Tuano Kumia, Abana Gula Tickets of Akosa M10 Momo, Bajagusa Sunan Komitano, Binamina Gabitiano Center, Hiva Motors, Galaxy FM, Radio 4, Kagwina War,
MTN.
Sama Furu Belamo!
Welcome back. It's time for us to look at what's happening in business. Now, small and medium enterprises, that is enterprise operators, have been tasked to mainstream business development services in the way to provide for business survival growth. This was during the launch of the National Business Development Services Framework.
For a long time, micro, small and medium enterprises have faced challenges which is symptoms yet the actual disease is lack of business development services. The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Ramadan Gobi, asked business operators to streamline and mainstream business development services provision for business survival growth and competitive in order to make more money.
Increase the survival of businesses. I don't want you to come and you tell me, you see, we have held so many countrywide workshops. I would want you to report in the form of, this is now, we have moved the business survival from 40% to 50% this year.
Gobi says BDS is going to emphasize government's already existing strategies to improve on the small and medium enterprises, as well as solving the already existing symptoms.
From today, going forward, government programs, projects, as well as new interventions, especially those which are going to target livelihood improvement, are going to be required to mainstream BDS in their planning and budgeting as part of the assessment criteria for their approval.
So this is about building entrepreneurs with appropriate mindset for each stage of enterprise development. It will also now make consumers of business development services to know where to go, because there are different ranges of needs of different SMEs at any one time. But now you need to know, whom do I go to? Whom do I ask? There will be a center of excellence.
Meanwhile, Gobi highlighted on the PDM funds, emphasizing that the money shall go direct to the circles without middlemen.
This money is going to go from the treasury when my officers click the button at the treasury there. The money is going to fly direct into the account of the South. No middleman of money.
Have a lot of subsidies, and at a much lower level, the subsidies will be as high as 95%. But then they begin to decrease as you begin to appreciate the power of BDS and your own ability to put money into BDS.
The launch was under the theme, Strengthening Management Capabilities of MSME through BDS. Shaidat Nasaku, UBC News.
Now, the first Deputy Prime Minister, who is also Minister for East African Affairs, Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, has called upon the people of Isingiro to utilize power extended to their area to add value to their agricultural products. Kadaga was commissioning the 14-megawatt power dam in Isingiro district.
Isingiro and its neighboring districts have benefited from the 14 megawatts Kikagati hydroelectricity dam in their area, which is to be shared between Uganda and Tanzania. This comes after a bilateral agreement between the two countries on how this power is to be used.
And this could not be resolved until in November 2021, during His Excellency the President of Uganda's visit to the United Republic of Tanzania. Uganda would take 7 megawatts and the United Republic of Tanzania also takes 7 megawatts.
The Right Honorable Alitwala Kadaga commended the Italian government for the innovations brought to Uganda. She asked the people of Isingiro to utilize this power for industrialization and value addition.
But for me, I think that has come at an opportune time when the parish development model is in place. This is now the opportunity for the people of the Singiro to start the value addition, to start the branding, start the packaging straight from here and go into the market.
This power dam, according to experts, will help stabilize electricity in Isingiro, Mbarara and Kabale.
Now, a plant like this brings great stability to the grid, especially so far away from the other power plants. You know, we're at the end of the line and it gives great stability. With the stability in the grid comes opportunity for investment. Factories,
the RDC, Chairman of the C5, members of Parliament, and everybody responsible. Now it's a time to start lobbying developers who can set up factories and installations that can consume electricity. The water project you talked about, Claire, is a good example.
Area leaders have requested that Isingiro be the first priority in the distribution of this power.
Empower the whole of Ankole region, the whole, unless we have big factories, which we don't have anywhere at the moment. But for this household use, even a lot bigger area can be covered by this power.
I'm requesting that we should be the first priority. All our trading centers, all our villages should really be connected with electricity. We should all benefit from this because this power is being got from our district.
Kikagati Power Dam was licensed to produce 14 megawatts at 8.5 cents per kilowatt for a period of 22 years. This electricity is to be shared by Uganda and Tanzania equally and to be used commercially. Shaidat Nasaku, Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Now, as we end our business segment, the National Social Security Fund, SSF, has unveiled its mixed-use affordable house project at Temangalo, 17 kilometers from Kampala city centre, to accommodate different income classes to cope with the increased demand for affordable housing in the country. It will comprise of 3,500 houses for various types in retail and commercial spaces for the community amenities, among others.
Money with NSSF. If you are saving with NSSF, we can verify that you have the money, you've been saving, and therefore we can allow you to rent, but then eventually own.
When you put your money with us, it works for you, and that's why every year you get interest. So underlying the choices and the balance that has been made in terms of delivering, whether it's a house, is you actually at the center of it.
We are trying to work with them together, so that we can start negotiation or coordination with them in advance before we start purchasing, so that we can arrange the material on timely for the construction to move ahead stably.
The cheapest house here will be 90 million shillings. That is reasonable. It is affordable. Okay, if you do your maths, the lower income people will be able to afford it, of course, taking a mortgage. And you remember I told you that the best thing that we can do for our country is to activate the mortgage market.
Thank you so much for choosing UBC TV, and thank you for allowing us in your lunchtime space. My name is Patricia Lukoma. That's all we had time for. Good afternoon.
The Uganda Investment Authority, UIA, is holding the Chigaz Investment Summit on Saturday, September 24th, 2022. The venue of the Chigaz Investment Summit is Kisanso Industrial and Business Park in Kibaya, Rukundo Town Council, Kisoro District. The Chigaz Investment Summit is aimed at promoting and attracting relevant investment projects, both domestic and foreign, for local economic development of Chigaz region, comprising of the districts of Kabale, Rukunjiri, Kanungu and Kisoro. The theme of the Chigaz Investment Summit is Mobilization of Domestic Investment for Prosperity and Regional Integration. The guest of honor will be the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Honorable Matia Kasaija. Follow the conversation live on UBC television and on the hashtag InvestInChigezi.
Man, what's a weekend without entertainment? To be boring, right?
It would be a weekend without a vibe. There has to be a vibe. And what better vibe than
Horizon Vibe.
Hey, let's go!
Everybody, let's go! Everybody, let's go! Come on now, give it to me. Hey!
True story, man. From the crew to the vibers, we bring you nothing but good vibes.
We all trying to save face in the day. There's always a day letting KLA.
From celebrity interviews,
the song Bikwasagwa I did with Shina Skies, I mean, that was a prayer to me.
Video premieres,
It's okay.
turn-up sessions,
And if you're looking at fighty, I saw me to look. Gelato honey, oh baby, sumoyo deep. Baby, kona. Waka when you enter Malicha.
exclusives, and so much more on your #1 TV show.
Yo, this is not the usual music. A horizon vibe.
Bringing you nothing but freshness. There is no vibe like
This week on UBC.
It's never a simple thing for one to just wake up and start a business or grow up a business enterprise or a business empire.
Our start was difficult because everything was being done manually, okay? So putting these labels was manual, capping was manual, even putting the juice in the bottle was manual, so it was hard for us. But eventually we thank God that today it is now automated. So we have tried to expand to get enough premises where exactly we can always prepare our things. So we are now fine, we thank God, but it was hard to start. But because we had a dream, because I found in China where I took my time, my training, I found them prepare these things and they were sweet.
The Uganda Investment Authority, UIA, is holding the Chigaz Investment Summit on Saturday, September 24th, 2022. The venue of the Chigaz Investment Summit is Kisanso Industrial and Business Park in Kibaya, Rukundo Town Council, Kisoro District. The Chigaz Investment Summit is aimed at promoting and attracting relevant investment projects, both domestic and foreign, for local economic development of Chigaz region, comprising of the districts of Kabale, Rukunjiri, Kanungu and Kisoro. The theme of the Chigaz Investment Summit is Mobilization of Domestic Investment for Prosperity and Regional Integration. The guest of honor will be the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Honorable Matia Kasaija. Follow the conversation live on UBC television and on the hashtag InvestInChigezi. Pig farming is widely practiced in all regions of Uganda and has remained a profitable venture to many households. Unlike other key agricultural enterprises, pig management is the control of a number of factors such as housing, feeding, breeding health and records to allow pigs perform to the maximum of their genetic potential at a cheap cost. To manage a piggery effectively, you must consider the piggery's production and performance, identify ways to improve your herd, provide your herd with suitable housing, manage your herd's feeding, and monitor environmental issues.
For the case of piggery, for the small-scale order, first of all, in Uganda, we take commercial for pigs for any farmer who can keep 5 pigs, 4 females and 1